a major increase in flu cases.
This year it seems to have started a bit sooner. Often the influx doesn't happen until after Christmas.
With many of the deaths and hospitalizations centered in Calgary. City budget reaction.
It's going to create increased costs for businesses in the new year.
With some worried it might stifle investors. And rare sighting.
I think my head almost exploded. It was actually mind-boggling.
A bird not normally in Alberta is captured in Calgary on camera.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Alicia Fieldberg.
Good evening. Flu cases in the province are surging. Health officials urge Albertans to get vaccinated ahead of busy holiday gatherings. Mark Villani is live outside Alberta Children's Hospital. Mark, doctors say they're already bracing for what could be an intense few months ahead.
Yeah, that's right, Alicia. Alberta's flu positivity rate right now sits at nearly 18%. That's a five-fold increase from the same time just 1 month ago, as hospitals like this one behind me start to really feel the pressure. Doctors on the front line tell us that they're seeing kids admitted here with high fevers, severe dehydration, and severe fatigue, all things that could require admission to the intensive care units. Now, in Alberta, we are now seeing more than 2,000 lab-confirmed cases of influenza, over 500 hospitalizations and 15 deaths. Calgary seeing the brunt of it all. More than half of these cases are here, including just over 300 hospitalizations and 8 deaths. The flu is also starting to keep school kids away from class. The Calgary Catholic School District confirming 8 out of its 122 schools have absentee rates of more than 10% due to illness right now. Infectious disease experts and pediatricians say the increase is likely due to low vaccination rates province-wide that are now hovering near the 16% level.
This is the worst part of the year for pediatrics. We see a huge influx of pediatric patients coming into our hospital and filling our emergency departments with influenza and RSV, and we've not had that much RSV yet, so we're still waiting for that double surge. So hoping RSV is not as bad this year, or it comes later after the influenza surge so we can deal with it. Otherwise, our health system will be taxed.
Now, the province says it's monitoring this situation as closely as possible right now, but says influenza and RSV cases are on par with what we normally see seasonally. In the meantime, Alberta Health confirming that it's continuing to promote vaccinations for the flu, RSV, and COVID, reminding Albertans to also practice good things like hand hygiene and social distancing where applicable. Alicia.
Thanks, Mark. 4 more MLAs are facing recall petitions, including an NDP MLA. 2 more cabinet ministers are added to the recall list: Adriana LaGrange and Tanya Furr. The lone new Democrat on the growing list is Calgary-Beddington's Amanda Chapman. So far, 18 MLAs are facing recall, and Danielle Smith is expected to be added to the list soon. Alberta's chief electoral officer told a legislature committee today that he needs almost $7 million to process the petition campaigns. An Alberta judge says the proposed referendum question about separation would be unconstitutional. In his ruling, Justice Colin Feasby says it goes against charter and treaty rights. The decision comes 1 day after the province introduced legislation to allow referendum petitions to proceed, regardless of whether they violate the Constitution. Feasby says changing the rules midstream undermines democracy and the administration of justice. A man has been charged after 2 Teslas were set on fire this spring. On March 18th, a Tesla was set on fire at a charging station in Victoria Park. The following evening, a Cybertruck at a Tesla storage lot was found burning. Police released photos of the suspect and discovered his identity. Investigators say his DNA was found at the scene of one of the fires. 38-year-old Kurt Mayville has been charged with 2 counts of arson. The Chamber of Commerce says canceling the property tax shift is bad for business. While the move in next year's budget brings down the overall property tax increase to 1.6%, it will have businesses paying more. The Chamber estimates the typical business would have saved $2,000 with the tax shift. Instead, they're taking on that extra cost and the tax hike. The Chamber warns the budget threatens Calgary's competitiveness as it looks to attract investment.
It still says to everybody else who's looking at Calgary, we're expensive relative to other jurisdictions. Edmonton, Vancouver, Toronto, Ottawa.
Calgary's mayor disagrees, calling it the most business-friendly budget in a decade. Jeremy Farkas says council made tough decisions while upping spending for police, fire, and transit. It's been a year of uncertainty, but Canada's labour market is showing some positive signs heading into the new year. Tim Brooke joins us. Tim, new jobs numbers from Statistics Canada were stronger than expected.
Yes, and really there's reason for optimism right across our country now, Alicia. And a lot of that is being driven by gains right here in Alberta. Now, this is the third straight positive labor report our province has had. The beginning of the year was marked by increasing job competition, a lot of that due to high migration. Well, things are evening out now. Alberta's unemployment rate fell again in November, helped along by a lot of part-time ads in industries like healthcare and accommodation.
Alberta's labor market this year has been characterized by more jobs, but even more people. So the struggle has been, can the jobs be created at the pace people are coming here looking for work? And more recently, we've seen evidence that that is happening. The unemployment rate has now fallen to basically the national level, just 6.5%. And that's really good news.
Now, coming up at 6 o'clock on CTV News, I chat with a successful job seeker about his long search and about why, Alicia, he's feeling pretty good heading into 2026.
Thanks, Tim. Winter sport lovers, get ready. The ski hill at Canada Olympic Park will open for the season tomorrow. The Day Lodge had a $40 million renovation and now has a bigger deck and refreshed interior. Both chairlifts will be running, as well as the entire beginner park and all the magic carpets. Snow school programs start for anyone looking to build their skills. Advance tickets are available for the Tube Park. It opens on Saturday, December 20th. Well, High River is hosting its Santa Claus parade tonight. Crowds are starting to gather there with the pre-parade entertainment just getting underway. Christmas lights will illuminate George Lane Park at 6 o'clock, and the parade starts at 6:30. This is the 40th year for High River's Santa Claus parade, and it looks very festive right now, Gina.
Yeah.
People look like they're bundled up. I know it was quite cold out there today. What's it going to be like for the next few hours?
Yeah, the temperatures are continuing to drop, so we've been dealing with freezing fog kind of in and around Calgary. That might extend to High River as well. So the chances of maybe just seeing a couple of flurries in addition to those chilly temperatures possible tonight, but that just adds to the Christmas experience, am I right? So good luck with the parade. Looks like it's fantastic out there. Very dark looking shot right now from just outside of our studio here. -10 currently back here in Calgary with some easterly winds making it feel even chillier out there. There's a look at that fog advisory I was talking about that's encompassing Calgary, Cochrane, Airdrie, Chestermere right now. So not great driving conditions. And again, with the temperatures continuing to plummet, that chance for snow is increasing as well for the next couple of hours here. But taking a look at your 24-hour forecast brought to you by 5th Avenue Volkswagen, family owned, community driven. Discover more at 5th Avenue Volkswagen. Snow should subside tomorrow morning, but the clouds sticking around, so only managing to get to a high of -9 for Saturday. Now here's to the Toy Mountain update. This morning, Country Hills and South Point Toyota together donated $10,000 in support of Fear is Not Love. And we have an extra helping hand thanks to students of the North Trail High School Key Club. They handed over $1,000. That means we've collected just about 2,300 toys so far with a cash value of more than $368,000. Your financial contributions go a long way in supporting Fear is Not Love programs like men's counseling.
Ultimately, we do the work to promote safety in the home, and so these individuals are invited to take accountability for the choices they've made and how they've impacted their families, and take steps to be a better dad, a better partner.
Your donations of new unwrapped toys and essentials can be dropped off at any of our nearly 30 drop-off locations. For a full list or to make a cash donation online, visit ctvcalgary.ca.
Thanks, Gina. There's a new way to enjoy a local holiday tradition. Heritage Park has had the same trains for decades, but has now added one more in time for Christmas. Plus, Calgary research could help people who get migraines. A University of Calgary computer science professor has won a national award for creating a 3D digital mapping system. Faramar Samawarti and his team of graduate students have created a discrete global grid system. Their goal is to get rid of distortion on digital maps to make them more accurate. Most digital mapping applications use a flat Earth mode. Samawarti developed a quilt-like system draping over the planet that accurately pinpoints data on a curved Earth. And it does more than just map the ground.
We can represent the volume of the Earth, not only the surface of the Earth, but also the atmosphere above, and also all the kind of information under the ground. And we use this kind of volumetric grid system.
At this point, the information is primarily used for AI systems, but the team has partnered with Big Geo, a Calgary-based startup, in hopes of making geospatial intelligence accessible to everyone. Heritage Park is kicking off the holiday season with a new addition, a restored 1951 diesel-electric locomotive. Premier Danielle Smith joined city, provincial, and federal politicians to celebrate the moment. It's the first new locomotive to join Heritage Park's collection in nearly 50 years, thanks to support from all three levels of government. Though it's called the Heritage Holiday Train, it will operate year-round. The locomotive will make its public debut tomorrow during the park's holiday experience, Once Upon a Christmas. So nice to see a train that can go through the snow now.
I love it. Look how festive it is, and the conditions are just going to be perfect for it.
And also, it might be nice to have kind of a warm place to escape tomorrow, because it looks a little chilly tomorrow.
Yes, you're going to want to bundle up if you want to check out the train there, because as Alicia alluded to, we are in the midst of a cooling trend right now. Reduced visibility out on the roads currently. We had a fog advisory issued, yellow level, so that's a moderate level advisory, earlier this afternoon, right around 1 p.m. And just the wind has been very calm, so these conditions just have been sticking over the province and over Calgary for a good stretch of time here. And look at the temperature contrast we've had over the last 24 hours. We are, yes, in a cooling event right now, a little bit of snow out there too. So right now we're at -10. We did manage to get to a high of 1 degree today, but it happened at around 5 o'clock this morning, and it's just gotten colder and colder ever since. So many places in the minus teens right now. Mountains are doing a little bit better and benefiting from some snow as well. So again, if you've just been waiting for that snowy winter weather, this weekend is finally delivering on that front. But here's a look at the fog advisory currently over Calgary, Chestermere, Cochrane, and Okotoks. So driving conditions are probably deteriorating right now, and visibility not great out there either. Radar satellite showing some flurries possible for Calgary over the next couple of hours as well, but it's going to be Lethbridge that sees more sustained snowfall for the next several hours here. So Calgary is a bit up and down on the chart here overnight, and heading into tomorrow morning starts to taper off at around 6 a.m. those flurries. If you're joining us in the Banff area, pretty quiet night ahead when it comes to snowfall. But like I mentioned, Lethbridge getting a bulk of the snow in that moderate to heavy category for the next couple of hours, starts to taper off gradually in the early morning hours of Saturday there. Temperatures too, we just have to deal with about 48 hours of cold weather. So many places on Saturday are only going to see highs in the minus teens, and then we start to gradually work our way back into some positive temperatures in some places as early as Sunday. Calgary probably not getting quite into the positives until Monday. That's when we're going to benefit from some Chinook-like winds out of the west, 30 to 50 kilometers an hour. So that'll warm us up back into some above seasonal temperatures for about a day there. And then we will start to see a bit of a cool down once again. That starts to take effect on Tuesday with a high of 0, mix of sun and cloud. And then the flurries likely to return late on Wednesday, where we only see a high of -1, low of -11. And after Wednesday is when we'll probably see more of that mixed precipitation work its way back into the forecast.
A new report involving the University of Calgary has helped recommend new treatment for people with severe migraines. The report by the university and the Barrow Neurological Institute in Phoenix recommends emergency departments treating migraine attacks should use occipital nerve blockers. That means using anesthetic to target nerves at the base of the skull, numbing the area and dampening pain signals. The report will also update the guidelines for the American Headache Society, the first time that's happened since 2016.
What's really exciting is this new occipital nerve block that wasn't in prior guidelines because it hadn't been well studied in this setting, that has a strong recommendation to use, and that really is a nice approach for a lot of people that may have less side effects in some of the medications, in particular the opioids.
There was previously no recommended option, leading emergency departments to choose different treatments, such as addictive opioids, which remain a common treatment in headache-related hospital care. Well, there's a deal for a major merger in the streaming world. Netflix is offering big money to buy the studio behind many blockbusters. Canada's latest job numbers far exceed forecasts. Joining me is Liana Washniak, investment advisor with the Popowich-Carmeli Advisory Group. So, Liana, Canadian unemployment surprises economists with a drop.
That's right. And that drop was more than actually all the economists were expecting. We were actually expecting to see unemployment tick up in this latest report for the month of November. Instead, we saw it fall to a 16-month low of 6.5%. Now, the reason for a lot of these additional people working was the fact that we saw part-time employment jump up. We grew that by a net over 53,000 jobs. In particular, we saw that expand through the healthcare sector with more part-time roles added there. We also saw youth unemployment shrink, and overall our wages have stayed about steady at about 4% growth year over year. The Bank of Canada will be watching that number very closely for inflationary pressure as they go to make their decision in the middle of next week.
Big news in the streaming world. Netflix sets out to buy Warner Brothers Discovery.
That's right. And it looks like they're ahead in this race. Now, this has been something that they've been going back and forth with for the last couple of weeks. Paramount Skydance was the other major competitor that was vying to buy Warner Brothers Discovery, but it looks now like Netflix has pulled ahead. Now, this could be a $72 billion deal for Netflix to buy Warner Brothers Discovery and the assets related to it. Now, you might recognize names like Game of Thrones, DC Comics, Harry Potter. All of those franchises are owned by Warner Brothers Discovery. That would become part of the overall Netflix portfolio. The HBO Max streaming service and the 130 million subscribers that are there would also become part of the Netflix package overall. Now, Netflix is going to have a couple of hurdles to clear to get this through antitrust regulation and make sure that the deal can actually go ahead. They have committed to continuing to release movies under the Warner Brothers brand in cinemas and also maybe bundle those two streaming services together for a lower price.
Interesting. Thanks, Liana.
Thank you.
Calgary's mayor stopped by International Avenue today and is encouraging shoppers to support local businesses.
As Allison and the BIA often say, International Avenue is where global is local. We're 400 businesses offering food, culture, and shops you can't find anywhere else.
The mayor's visit kicks off the city's Support Local holiday campaign. It encourages people to explore locally owned shops and restaurants and help small businesses throughout the city during the busy shopping season. This is the 7th year for the initiative. A sharp increase in the number of flu cases in Alberta. Here's Ian White with a look ahead to CTV News at 6.
Alicia, Calgary pediatricians say influenza is spreading faster and earlier compared to recent years. And it's not just children getting sick. Coming up at 6, an infectious disease expert shares the best ways to protect yourself as we gather for the holidays. Also ahead, the Chamber of Commerce says City Council's decision to cancel the property tax shift is bad for business. Coming up at 6, you'll hear the mayor's reaction to the criticism. Alicia?
Thanks, Ian. The draw for the 2026 World Cup of Soccer was held today, and Calgary fans held a watch party. The party was at Elephant and Castle Pub in the Beltline. Fans watched the draw in Washington, D.C. live on TSN. The local event was hosted by Cavalry FC, Calgary's pro team in the Canadian Premier League. Fans hope Canada does well, and they're excited that our nation is co-hosting.
The World Cup is the largest sporting event in, well, the world. And the the fact that it's being jointly hosted across North America, the crowds are going to be bigger, the events are going to be bigger, the world's biggest teams are all going to be coming here. The best athletes in the world are all going to be coming here.
Now, Canada was drawn into a group with Switzerland, Qatar, and a team that has yet to qualify from a European playoff. Now, that could be Italy, Wales, Northern Ireland, or Bosnia-Herzegovina. It's been a gray, frosty day, and it will likely feel even colder tomorrow. Right now in Calgary, it's -10 with freezing fog. Gina will be back with the details after the break. Gina, that freezing fog, it looks very wintry and festive.
Sure, yes.
But kind of treacherous out there on the roads for visibility and likely for slipperiness, even if you're walking on the sidewalks, I suppose, too.
Yeah, I just looked at the conditions at the airport, and they're under 500 meters right now. So with the darkness out there, too, it's not a great setup for the roads currently, and it is chilly out there. Yes, we got to a high of 1 degree today, but like I mentioned earlier, that happened around 5 o'clock in the morning, and it's just getting colder and colder. So tomorrow, we are going to see a slightly warmer high of -9, but of course, you're not really going to feel much of that warm up. Cloudy conditions, wind chill will make it feel more like -18 out there, but sun back on tap for Sunday and Monday, where we'll even get back into the positives, Alicia.
Thanks, Gina. A Calgary wildlife photographer captured an incredible image of a rare owl species that doesn't normally live in Alberta, let alone a city park. Brendan Clark was searching for a different species in South Calgary when he spotted a barn owl. The species is not normally found, or is normally found in southern parts of BC and Ontario, and it's considered threatened and endangered. Barn owls don't typically come to the prairies because they aren't equipped to handle the cold temperatures or hunt in the snow.
I think my head almost exploded. It was actually mind-boggling, right? And then as it went over my head, it looked right in my face, and they have very distinct eyes, right? So as soon as I saw it, I knew it was a barn owl. It was insane.
Now, Clark hopes his luck continues and wants to photograph a boreal owl next. Thanks for joining us. Now here's the early edition of the CTV National News.